Okay, good morning. Welcome to
MathForKids number 197.
MathForKids number 197. Today we're going to talk about
Powers.
negative powers or negative exponents. Okay, and what we're going to do with a simple example with powers of 2. So I'm going to write down 2 to the 0, 2 to the 1, 2 squared, 2 cubed, and 2 to the 4th, and then we're going to make a little chart and fill in what these are. Well, 2 to the 0 is
2 to the 0 is 1.
1. 2 to the 1 is?
It's 2.
Am I right? 2 squared is?
4. 2 cubed is 8.
2 cubed is 8.
2 to the 4th is 16.
Okay, 2 to the 4th is 16. Okay, and then we can keep going if we wanted to. When you look at the numbers up here, the 2 to the powers, what happens to the powers?
It increases
when
by
you
1.
go this way. Okay. What happens to these numbers down here in our chart when you go this way?
They double.
They double. Okay. So when the power increases by 1, the numbers double. Okay, you go from 4 to 8, and the power goes from 2 to 3. Okay, so the next one in our list, 2 to the 5th, would be what?
32.
32. Okay. Now let's look at it in a different way. What happens when you go this way to the powers?
Powers decrease by 1.
Powers decrease by 1. What happens when you go this way to the numbers down here?
They divide by 2.
You divide by 2. Okay, so increasing the power by 1 with powers of 2 meant you multiply by 2. Decreasing the power by 1 looks like you divide by 2, and that leads us to ask the question, what should 2 to the minus 1 be? And how about 2 to the minus 2? If this pattern continues. So when we go this way, the powers decrease by 1. So 0, minus 1, minus 2. So we keep decreasing by 1. What happens when you go this way with these numbers?
They divide by 2.
Okay, so what do you think should go here?
A half.
Okay, why do you think 2 to the minus 1 should be a half?
Because 1 divided by 2 is a half.
Because 1 divided by 2 is a half. Okay, how about 2 to the minus 2?
A fourth.
Fourth.
Because a half divided by 2 is a fourth.
Okay, so it's actually interesting to see what happens to these numbers. So 2 to the minus 1 is a half. It looks like our pattern, according to our pattern. Now let's see if that makes sense. Remember we talked yesterday about when you multiply two numbers, 2 powers of 2, 2 to the a times 2 to the b. What do you get?
It's 2 to the a plus b.
2 to the a plus b. Okay. So if I multiply 2 to the minus 1 times 2 to the 1, I should get 2 to the 0, which is 1. Okay? So 2 to the minus 1, pretending we don't know what 2 to the minus 1 is. 2 to the minus 1, what's 2 to the 1?
It's 2.
So 2 to the minus 1 times 2 should equal 1. Well, what number times 2 equals 1?
A half.
A half, just like we thought. So that starts to look pretty interesting. So the minus 1 power has a special name. Do you remember what the minus 1 power is called?
No.
It's the reciprocal. So a number times 1 over that number equals 1. This number is called the reciprocal. The minus 1 power is the reciprocal. So here's 2, here's 2 to the minus 1.
So 4 and a fourth.
Right, now that's interesting because here we're writing 4 as 2 squared, but 4 times 4 to the minus 1 should equal 1, and that means 4 to the minus 1 should be a fourth. Okay? So negative powers are pretty much the same as
normal powers.
Normal powers. You start producing
fractions.
1 divided by the normal powers. Okay, so that's actually a kind of a fun review of negative powers and an easy explanation of why that's true. So what should 3 to the minus 2 be, by the way?
3 to the minus 2 should be a sixth. 3 to the minus 2. Yeah. Can I just write it down?
No.
Why not?
3 to the minus 2. What would that mean, 3 to the minus 2?
Well,
Glad I asked, actually.
It means the reciprocal of 3 squared.
What is 3 squared?
3 squared is 9, so it's a ninth.
Okay, so 3 to the minus 2 is
A ninth.
1/9. And definitely not
A sixth.
Definitely not a 6. Why did you think it was a 6?
3 times 2 is 6.
Yes. 3 times 2 is 6, but is that how powers work?
No.
No. No. Okay, so one last question. What's 5 to the minus 2?
5 to the minus 2 is 1/25th.
1/25th. Okay, there you go. Alright, good job today, sweetie. Good job.